Well, they're already on the road for the 10th anniversary tour of If This Is All We're Gonna Be. I'm joined by Tyler from Luca Brasi. Mate, how you going? Welcome to the show.
Brother, I'm really well. I'm happy to be here after a few issues making this interview actually happen. We are here and I appreciate your time, man.
Oh, look, it wasn't my problem on last time we tried to catch up, so that's fine. That's Sam's problem. Fuck that guy. We like to start the chat the same way every week, which is to find out what you're listening to in your playlist. So what's been spinning over the last little while for you?
Okay. I've been, for some reason, slamming all the Kendrick albums front to back. I don't know why. I started hammering GNX like a month ago because I hadn't really touched on it. And that's been awesome. But in this sort of realm, in the rock realm, I've been pumping a band called Flycatcher this week. I think they've been around a few years, but there's a record that seems to have done something, especially a song called Dissolve, which I've been jamming heaps. There's another one I really like. But yeah, it's been on the playlist a lot this week.
Does Flycatcher have a song Brother or My Brother or something along those lines?
Oh, shit. I have no idea. There's one called Soda's in the Freezer, which is the top of their Spotify thing. But I don't know about the brother one. Potentially, but it's great. Super good hooks, really well-written songs. I'm a big fan.
Look, if it's the band I'm thinking of, agree. If it's not the band I'm thinking of, probably also agree. So it's fine either way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are celebrating 10 years of If This Is All We're Going to Be, an album that has obviously meant so much to so many different people. As you're heading around the way, I'm sure brushing off some songs that were off the set list, others I'm sure never left the set list. But how does it feel kind of looking at this album retrospectively 10 years on and just thinking, when we wrote it, how do those feelings reflect from how you wrote it?
Yeah, man, it's just been so nice to talk to people, whether it's on the internet or in person, or watch their faces at shows when you're playing these songs back, and to know that these songs did mean as much to people as it did to us at the time. Because like we've been doing the band for, I want to say 6 or 7 years by then. This is somehow our third record, but not much had been going. Like we hadn't really caught a spark, so to speak. Like we're doing a lot of touring. We're just going back and back and back. And that, it never meant to be a big thing anyway. So we're happy just touring. But it's kind of at the point where, we'd sunk so much time and effort into this thing. And it was like, literally, if this is all we're going to be, then maybe this is where the boat, stops here. But somehow 10 years later, the boat hasn't stopped and we've carried on doing what we're doing, man. It's a really special record for us. And like you said, people have responded to this thing over the years in such amazing ways, and to be able to still be touring this and still see people's reactions is just incredible.
It had massive songs that went gangbusters, like Airplane and Anything Near Conviction. I suppose, you guys have always played around with those real hooky riffs and the hooky vocal melodies that go with them. But when you were putting songs like that down, probably on paper first and then, doing some demos and finally into the recording studio, did you feel like those hooks had a special place? Did they feel extra hooky when you were kind of putting them together?
I remember distinctly listening back in the control room to the last, daily session mixes and being like, whoa, this is like a way poppier sounding record, which is saying something now because we have much softer stuff now. But I remember being like, shit, is this too like melodic? But then looking back, it's something we're really searching for. We really wanted to write energetic rock songs with good melodies and hooks that people could sing to. And this record was the first time we sort of worked out that formula, I guess. We've been trying, but it was a bit all over the show. And I feel like this is the one where it kind of clicked a bit more.
Is there a world where you heard those mixes in the control room, you thought this is pretty poppy, let's go back, add some more heavy, add a bit more grunge, add a bit more add a bit more pepper to these? Like, was there ever that time when you thought this is going, straying from the previous album sound?
Absolutely. I was kind of like, shit, is this too far gone? And now I listen back and think like, it's way rawer than some of the stuff we did later. My voice is just constantly like, I don't have a heavy sounding voice, but this is like, I know it's pushing it in ways that it isn't natural for it to do at the time in my ability of singing. Like now I can sing a little bit better. I'm definitely no singer, but better than I could then. I hear this back now, man, and I'm like straining the neck and ripping out lines that it shouldn't be that forced to sing this way. But it works on the record, I feel like.
It definitely works on the record, and I think that's like, I mean, speaking from my listening experience, I think that's what makes the record so good. Is you manage to find these, especially in the vocal lines, these raw, brutal deliveries, but of really fun poppy hooks, and it's that combination that I think just has it got the boat to go even further. You know, like that's I think what got it across the line.
Mate, I think you're right. People connected when they could understand what I was saying, for one, but also connect with what I was speaking about. That, like, mid to late 20s freak out about seemingly everything in the whole world all at once. Really connected with the people who are the same age as us, man. And now it feels like they've grown up with us because they're now, pushing 40, and maybe they have a few more nights out in the bank than they did a few years ago because the kids are a bit older perhaps, and they're coming back to sing along and have a good time all over again.
Do you find, I mean, everyone who's come back from, having been a fan from 10 years ago or even earlier, earlier Luca Brasi stuff, and some of the newer fans that you've made more recently, do they have the same kind of reaction? Is it the same faces in the crowd that are sort of screaming things back at you, or do the younger fans react differently to the older fans?
It definitely feels like we've got a bunch of welded on fans that are like, I think we called them barnacles at one point, like they're going to be there. Whatever we do, luckily they're still bloody there, which is just incredible to think that people are still there for us all this time. But then you get to meet new people that are discovering the band, in the recent past as well, which is pretty amazing too.
Have you got to the stage yet where parents are bringing their kids to the show? Parents who probably rocked out before they had the kids are now bringing the kids into the show?
Yes, absolutely, man. That is the age we've reached. I'm also of the age where I'm a teacher at the pub who there's kids that I taught at the pub now, and it's like, shit, man. Yes, so it's very much happening for sure. You are absolutely correct, my man.
Going into the teacher thing, occasionally we talk to a few musos who are teachers, and there's one of two reactions. There's my students think that I'm the lamest fucking person in the world and my band means nothing to them, or my students fucking love my band. Where do your students fall on that line?
Definitely. I think the lines with me are like, they used to know it a lot more, and it was like, at some point, a bunch were like, wow, I know there's some ex-students with Luca Brasi tattoos. But more often than not now, it's like, oh, you're playing a band. Cool. Leave me the fuck alone.
I've got iPads to flick on.
Yeah, man. I don't advertise it too much. Like I go away on tour and they know where I'm going. And yeah, man, probably 10 years ago, I might have been like telling them a bit more or like showing them some videos or something. But now I'm like, I got nothing left to prove to anyone.
100%, my friend.
Just fading away into, obscurity, as it were. But anyway.
Absolutely not. Just waiting for that new. They'll graduate and they'll go, fuck. Actually, that, you know what, Mr. Richardson was actually pretty cool. Fuck, I should have made use of that while I was there.
That does happen. And watching this whole swing come back around of these bands that I love and I toured with and care about, like I wore a Title Fight shirt to school the other day, and this kid's like, yeah, dope, bro. I put Title Fight on my last skate edit. I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? Like, what do you mean? So it's pretty incredible to watch this happen,
And it's also good to know that no matter like when it is, there's always kids doing like shit skate edits with mad music. Just the best.
Mate, absolutely. It's a rite of passage, and it puts a smile on my face to realize that it's still going on. I love that shit. And then we all did it. I know a lot of us did it anyway, for sure. If we didn't do it, then we all watched our mates do it.
Oh yeah, when your mate like gathered you around and he's like, all right, fucking check this out. He busts out some shitty laptop and it's filmed on like a crappy old handy cam. Oh hell yeah.
It is nice to know, man, in a world where everything changes, that some things will hopefully forever stay the same.
Well, let's chat the tour, because you guys are, you've been on a few legs already. You've been up here in Brizzy, obviously, but there are plenty of shows still to come. I suppose when the first kind of rehearsals came around to do the full album show, were there any songs where you were like, fuck, I probably need to bust out a bit of YouTube tutorial or a bit of ultimate guitar tabs or something just to make sure you remember exactly how to play them?
Definitely been a bunch of moments from like at those first rehearsals when we were full like production mode, like going, I don't know what these words are. I do not know this bit. The majority I do know, but man, there's we're not playing the full record. There's a couple of songs we haven't played yet, anyway. But we just decided, hey, let's pick the 8 of the 10 that we know connected, put those on the set list and see the reaction. And that's what we've been doing. But you're so right, man. I came up against some bits. I'm like, I don't remember those words, writing that bit, or absolutely how it goes at all. It's bizarre.
I was going to say, like, do these songs, obviously being an album that's 10 years old, you would have performed, for a lot of them you would have performed for the whole time in between. But I suppose there's probably a few that you haven't quite, they've been in and out of set lists between now and then. Are there any where you sit back and you think, wow, the last time we played this, we were here or we were doing this and it was a different vibe? And do you have those kind of deja vu moments with some of the sets?
Mate, bang on. Like, we dusted off a bunch of these songs, especially Count Me Out, which is the closer I was thinking about. The times we did it a lot was like when we were coming up alongside bands like Camp Cope, bands like, there's a bunch of bands in that era that we did so much touring with, like Lame Ways and all those Falls festivals and all those big things, because we was playing those songs and they were coming out and guesting with us on those songs. And like, we probably haven't played them a lot since because we had new songs and some have to get shifted out. But yeah, and then there's a lot of nostalgia thinking back, like, shit, we did that the first time I went overseas. We played this when we were in goddamn wherever, it's pretty cool to have these things as like a very, what's the word? Like, I know they're not physical, but they kind of are physical. They're a real tangible thing. Tangible is a good word. They're a real thing that exists in a time.
On the question of new generations of fans as well, obviously you've got some young ones and a couple of other members of the band have a couple of kids getting around. Are they joining you guys side stage? Are they, I'm probably not old enough to go out and get in the pit, but like, is there a little Luca Brasi family pit going on backstage?
There hasn't been yet. There's been some of the crew. It's not in the Aussie one, but like not in the mainland one. Some of the Tasmanian ones, definitely the kids coming to put their headphones on and come and listen. It's pretty cool, man. It's a very heartwarming little lovely moment for sure.
And it's also that's a good one in the bank for the 20-year anniversary tour when they are ready for the pit and they're throwing down.
Fuck, mate. If we get to 20 years and I'm not absolutely dead and buried, I'll see you here in 10 years' time to have this exact same conversation.
Well, mate, I'm putting it in the diary right now. We're going for it. Before I let you go, post-tour, there's still plenty of time left in 2026. What does the rest of the year look like for Luca Brasi, for you guys? Obviously you've got a bit more tour to go, but what do the plans look like?
Somehow, man, we've got songs. I don't know how many. There's outlines, there's bones. I've got a bunch of solo stuff that is almost finished. I'll put out some kind of release under my own name this year. And somehow dates just keep getting added to this tour. Like, we added a bunch of Far North Queensland ones. Some other ones that aren't announced yet have somehow cropped up to us. Like, people see it and go, hey, come here. Hey, come here. And we're like, well, I guess we just keep fucking doing it, man. I don't know how, but like, if you're stealing up your hard-earned cash and want to spend your relaxation time coming to see a bunch of borderline old men sweat and cry, come and see Luca Brasi.
Hey, there's way worse ways to see borderline old men sweat and cry. That's for sure. On the topic of new music for 2 seconds before we go, has going back to these older songs, these songs that are 10 years old, and probably going back to some of the earlier ones from before that, has it ignited a sort of a string of songwriting where you're going back to how it used to be and the ways that you guys were in the studio when you were, doing the record?
I was reading your brain, that the cogs were ticking over, and I was like, yep. Because we listened to these songs and we're like, let's write some fucking punk songs. Like, I got shit to be angry about, man. We're gonna write some fast, yelly music with hooks again. I'm all out of love songs. I've got a lot of love, but I'm all out of love songs. I've got some pissed off songs to write, I think.
Got some opinions you need to share with the world.
Yeah, much like COVID denier at Bunnings, I've got a few things I want to scream into the ether.
Fuck, now that is a good flashback. Fuck yeah. Well, ladies and gents, it sounds like stay tuned for new Luca Brasi music coming up very soon. But otherwise, catch the If This Is All We're Going to Be 10-year anniversary tour with dates in Adelaide, Perth, Launceston, Cairns, Townsville, and Mackay, and by the sounds of it, a few more coming. Head to lucabrasi.com for more .com.au, for more tickets. Tyler, thanks so much for taking the time to have a chat with us, mate.
It's a pleasure, man. I appreciate your time, your patience, and what you're doing, man. And to anyone listening, thank you for hanging out. It's the best.